The hollow click of the lock echoed the hollow in my chest. Amelia wasn't home again. Book club, she'd said, a smile playing on her lips. That felt off lately. Everything felt off. The way she'd flinch when I touched her. The whispered phone calls taken in another room. The new perfume she claimed was a gift from a friend. My gut churned with a sickening certainty. I'd spent 15 years building a life with this woman. 15 years of trust slowly eroding into a fine dust of suspicion. I poured myself a whiskey, the amber liquid sloshing in the glass, mirroring the turmoil inside me. I picked up the framed photo on the mantelpiece. Us, smiling on our wedding day, younger, hopeful, oblivious. Had it all been a lie? 2 weeks earlier, I'd hired a private investigator, a Sid character named Vic, recommended by a friend who'd gone through a similar ordeal. Vic had promised discretion and results, and his hefty fee had left a sizable dent in our joint account. I justified it as an investment in the truth, however painful the truth might be. Today was the day I received his report. The doorbell rang, a jarring interruption to the silent torment of my thoughts. Vic stood on the doorstep, a manila envelope in his hand. He handed it over without a word, his expression grim. I thanked him, shut the door, and leaned against it, my heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs. Inside the envelope were photographs. Amelia kissing another man, holding hands, entering a hotel. The world tilted on its axis. The man wasn't anyone I recognized, which somehow made it worse. A faceless stranger stealing what was mine. The report detailed the clandestine meetings, their whispered phone calls, their sickeningly sweet text messages. The dates and times correlated perfectly with Amelia's book club, her late nights at work, her sudden interest in yoga classes. Rage, hot and raw, flared through me. I wanted to scream, to break something, to erase the images seared into my mind, but a cold, calculating calm settled over me. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of seeing me break. This wasn't the end. This was the beginning. I spent the next few days in a haze of planning. I contacted a lawyer, initiated divorce proceedings, and meticulously documented every instance of Amelia's deceit. I withdrew half the money from our joint account, my half, and transferred it to a new one. I packed a bag and booked a room at a nearby hotel, leaving only a short note for Amelia. "We need to talk." When she arrived home, I was waiting. She saw the bag, the note, and her face paled. "What's going on, David?" she asked, her voice trembling. I held up the envelope. "Book club was interesting this week, wasn't it?" The blood drained from her face. She stammered, tried to deny it, but the words caught in her throat. I laid out the photographs, the reports, the undeniable evidence of her betrayal. "Who is he?" I asked, my voice a low growl. Tears streamed down her face. "It just happened, David. It didn't mean anything." The classic line, the ultimate betrayal, didn't mean anything. I repeated, my voice laced with venom. "You lied to me. You betrayed me. You destroyed everything we built together." She sobbed, begging for forgiveness, promising it would never happen again. But I was done. The years of love and trust had evaporated, leaving only ashes and bitterness. The next day, armed with the information from Vic's report, I confronted the other man. He was a junior executive at a rival company, arrogant and smug. He hadn't expected me to find out, to confront him. He tried to deny it, then tried to brush it off as a meaningless fling. I didn't give him the chance. I let him have it, verbally dismantling him, stripping away his composure until he was a quivering mess of guilt and fear. I didn't lay a hand on him. I didn't need to. The damage was done. The fear in his eyes was more satisfying than any physical blow. News of the affair spread like wildfire through our social circle. Amelia became a pariah, ostracized by the very friends she'd confided in, the ones she'd lied to while pretending to be at book club. Her career suffered. The whispers followed her. The judgment in people's eyes a constant reminder of her transgression. The divorce proceedings were messy, protracted, and emotionally draining. But in the end, I walked away with my dignity intact and my future secured. Amelia got nothing. She lost her husband, her home, her reputation, and eventually her lover, who quickly distanced himself once the scandal broke. The pain lingered for a long time, a dull ache in my chest. But time, as it always does, began to heal the wounds. I focused on rebuilding my life, rediscovering old passions, and forging new friendships. The memory of Amelia and her betrayal still stung, but it no longer held the power to destroy me. One evening, months later, I was having dinner with a friend when I saw her, Amelia, sitting alone at a table in the corner of the restaurant, looking thinner, older, haunted. Our eyes met. Hers held a mixture of shame and regret. I felt a flicker of pity, but it quickly faded. I turned away, raising my glass to my friend, a genuine smile finally gracing my lips. I had survived. I had moved on. And in the end, that was the most satisfying revenge of all.